Fact number 1. The place where it never stops raining. What if I told you there's a place on Earth where it rains almost every single day? Nestled in the hills of northeastern India is a small village called Mawzinram, widely recognized as the wettest inhabited place on Earth. Every year, Mawzinram receives an average of over 11,800 millimeters, 465 inches of rainfall. That's nearly 12 meters of rain, more than the height of a 3-story building. The secret lies in its location. Moist air from the Bay of Bengal is forced upward by the Khasi Hills. As the air cools, it releases huge amounts of rain, especially during the monsoon season. Despite the constant downpours, the people of Mawzinram have adapted in remarkable ways. They use thick grass coverings to shield themselves from the rain and have built unique living root bridges by guiding the roots of rubber trees across rivers. These natural bridges become stronger as they grow and can last for hundreds of years. So, the next time you think your town gets too much rain, remember, there's a place where umbrellas are part of everyday life almost all year long. Fact number 2. The giant heads of Easter Island. How did ancient people move 80-ton stone statues without cranes or machines? On a remote island in the Pacific Ocean stand nearly 1,000 giant stone statues known as the Moai. They were created by the people of Rapa Nui between the 13th and 16th centuries. Some Moai are over 10 meters, 33 feet tall, and weigh more than 80 tons. Even today, many people wonder how they were transported across the island without modern equipment. For years, theories suggested they were rolled on logs or dragged with ropes. More recent experiments indicate that teams of people may have walked the statues upright by carefully pulling them from side to side with ropes. Another mystery is why they were built. Most archaeologists believe the Moai represent important ancestors who were thought to protect and watch over their communities. Hundreds of unfinished statues still remain in the island's ancient quarry, showing that the work suddenly stopped for reasons that are still debated. The Moai have stood for centuries, silently guarding their island. Do you think we know the whole story? Follow for the next amazing fact. Fact number 3. The ocean has underwater lakes. Imagine diving deep into the ocean and suddenly discovering something that looks almost impossible. A lake sitting on the ocean floor. It sounds like science fiction, but underwater lakes and rivers really exist. In some parts of the deep ocean, extremely salty water collects in depressions on the seafloor. This water can become much denser than normal seawater, causing it to sink and remain separated from the surrounding ocean. The result can look surprisingly similar to a lake on land. These underwater lakes are sometimes called brine pools. They can have what appears to be a shoreline, a surface, and even flowing currents. From above, they may look like dark, mysterious pools surrounded by ordinary seawater. But there is something even more incredible. The water inside these pools can be so salty that it is deadly to many marine animals. If a creature accidentally enters the brine pool, the extreme salinity can severely disrupt its body's ability to function. And yet, life still finds a way. Scientists have discovered specialized microorganisms living around these extreme environments. Some organisms survive by using chemicals found in the surrounding sediments and brine. Even stranger, these underwater lakes can sometimes contain large amounts of methane and other chemicals, making them important environments for scientists studying how life survives under extreme conditions. So when you look at the ocean, remember this. The surface may appear calm and familiar, but thousands of meters below it, there can be rivers, lakes, poisonous pools, strange ecosystems, and environments that look like another planet. And perhaps the most mysterious part is this. We have explored only a small fraction of the deep ocean. There could still be underwater landscapes waiting to be discovered that we don't even know exist. Fact number 4, the place where it rains diamonds. Imagine a world where diamonds don't just sit inside rocks. They could actually fall from the sky like rain. It sounds impossible, but scientists believe something like this may happen deep inside Uranus and Neptune, 2 of the most mysterious planets in our solar system. These planets are very different from Earth. Their atmospheres contain large amounts of hydrogen, helium, and methane. Far below the clouds, the pressure and temperature become unbelievably extreme. Scientists think that under these conditions, methane molecules can break apart. The carbon inside them may then be squeezed by enormous pressure until it forms solid carbon crystals, diamonds. And this is where the story gets incredible. Instead of remaining suspended in the atmosphere, these diamonds could become heavy enough to sink downward through the planet, creating what scientists describe as a kind of diamond rain. As the diamonds fall deeper, the pressure continues increasing. Eventually, they may reach layers where they melt or transform, releasing enormous amounts of energy. Scientists cannot simply travel to Uranus or Neptune and watch this happen. The planets are billions of kilometers away, and their extreme environments make direct exploration incredibly difficult. However, researchers have recreated some of these conditions in laboratories using powerful lasers and specialized experiments. These experiments have produced evidence that carbon can form diamond-like structures under pressures similar to those expected inside these distant planets. So somewhere incredibly far away, beneath clouds that we can barely imagine, diamonds may be falling through the darkness of an alien world. And here's the most fascinating part. If this process really occurs on a massive scale, the interiors of Uranus and Neptune could contain enormous quantities of diamond material, far beyond anything found on Earth. The universe may be filled with worlds where things that are incredibly rare to us are completely ordinary. On Earth, diamonds are treasures. On these distant planets, they might be rain. Fact number 5. Your brain can create memories that never happened. What if I told you that you can remember something with complete confidence, even though it never actually happened? Your memory feels like a recording of your life, but scientists know that human memory doesn't work like a video camera. Every time you remember something, your brain reconstructs it from pieces of information stored in different areas. During that process, details can change, disappear, or even be added. That means your brain can sometimes create a memory that feels completely real. You might remember exactly where you were, who was with you, what someone said, or what you were feeling, but some of those details may not have happened exactly the way you remember them. And here's the strange part. Feeling certain doesn't necessarily mean a memory is accurate. Researchers have demonstrated that people can sometimes develop false memories after being given misleading information or repeatedly imagining an event. For example, someone might be told about an event that supposedly happened during their childhood. At first, they may say they don't remember it. But after hearing the story repeatedly, they might eventually begin imagining details. And those imagined details can start to feel like genuine memories. This happens because the brain isn't simply asking, "Did this really happen?" Instead, it is reconstructing the past from whatever information is available. That's why two people can experience the same event and later remember it differently. Even more fascinating, memories can change each time we recall them. The act of remembering can make a memory vulnerable to being updated with new information. So the next time you remember something from years ago, ask yourself, are you remembering what actually happened? Or the version of the story your brain has rebuilt over time? Your memories help create your identity. But some of the stories inside your mind may be more mysterious than you realize. Fact number 6. The doorway to hell. In Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert, there is a giant crater that has been burning for decades. It is known as the Darvaza gas crater, or the door to hell. The story began in 1971 when Soviet geologists were drilling for natural gas. The ground reportedly collapsed beneath their equipment, creating a huge crater and releasing natural gas. To prevent dangerous gases from spreading, the team decided to ignite the gas, expecting it to burn out within a few days. But it didn't. Decades later, the crater has continued to burn. Imagine standing in the middle of a desert at night and seeing a massive hole in the earth glowing orange from hundreds of fires below. And the strangest part? Scientists still debate exactly how long the flames can continue and what is happening deep beneath the crater. A hole in the desert, burning for generations. Fact number 7. The ocean that hides a lost continent. Deep beneath the Pacific Ocean lies a huge piece of Earth's crust that scientists call Zealandia. Here's what makes it incredible. About 94% of Zealandia is underwater. Only a small part rises above the ocean, including New Zealand and several surrounding islands. For millions of years, this enormous landmass was hidden beneath the sea. Scientists eventually gathered enough geological evidence to argue that Zealandia should be considered a continent. It covers roughly 4.9 million square kilometers, larger than India. Think about that. An entire continent is sitting beneath the ocean, and most of humanity never knew it existed. And scientists believe Zealandia may contain clues about how continents break apart, move, and disappear beneath the sea. Fact number 8. The ancient city hidden underground. Beneath the ground in Cappadocia, Turkey, lies an enormous underground city called Derinkuyu. It extends roughly 18 stories underground and contains tunnels, rooms, storage areas, wells, ventilation shafts, and places of worship. What makes it incredible is that ancient people didn't simply build a small shelter. They created an entire underground world where thousands of people could potentially live for extended periods. Even more mysterious, massive stone doors could be rolled across passageways from the inside, making some areas extremely difficult for outsiders to enter. But why was it built? Was it designed mainly to escape invading armies, to survive harsh conditions, or did it serve several purposes over thousands of years? The deeper archaeologists explore, the more questions this underground city creates. Fact number 9, the star that shouldn't exist. In 2014, astronomers discovered an ancient star called SMSS J03136708 that is more than 13 billion years old. That means it formed not long after the Big Bang. But here's what makes it extraordinary. The star contains extremely tiny amounts of iron, far less than most stars we know. Scientists believe it may have formed from material left behind by some of the first stars in the universe. Those first stars were enormous and lived incredibly short lives. When they died, their explosions created heavier elements that later became the ingredients for planets, stars, and eventually life. So when astronomers study this ancient star, they're essentially looking at a fossil from the early universe. And the mind-blowing part? This star has been shining for billions of years, long before Earth, the Sun, or even our galaxy looked the way they do today. Fact number 10. The lake hidden beneath Antarctica. Almost 4 kilometers beneath the Antarctic ice, scientists discovered a massive underground lake called Lake Vostok. The lake has been sealed beneath the ice for millions of years, completely isolated from the surface world. Scientists believe the water remains liquid because of heat coming from deep inside Earth, combined with the enormous pressure of the ice above it. But here's where it gets fascinating. If life has survived in this extreme, isolated environment, it could teach scientists how organisms might survive in places that seem completely impossible.